sit with me?
I am, yeah.
Let's have a thinks with drinks.
We've decided because it's still raining, we still got drinks. We might as well have a chat.
May as well.
Yeah. I'm assuming we can be seen on the camera because I just haven't turned up screen right now. It'll be fine.
Will it?
Probably. You keep talking, I'll find out.
Flip the screen, man.
I'll flip the screen. There you go.
Yeah, I think we're fine. I can see both chairs. We're there.
So, Kella's leading this conversation because I have no idea what she wants to talk about.
Well, my thought was about holidays, because some people are lucky enough to be able to holiday every single year, and some people are even luckier and able to manage several holidays a year. And
True.
That's absolutely fab. No, brilliant.
Life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
This is our first holiday that we've had since pre-COVID.
Yeah, about 4 years probably,
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Although COVID seems such a long way away, and yet it really wasn't that far away.
And to be honest, it's been a bit of a struggle just to get this one together. This is quite an expensive holiday for us, certainly in our terms. You know, we don't earn much money from YouTube yet. Keep subscribing, please, keep viewing. One day we will.
So I guess my question is, or my thought is, do you do a staycation, or did you do a staycation because of the COVID situation?
Right.
But you previously went abroad.
Okay.
And if you did previously go abroad and then were sort of forced because of the circumstances to stay in the UK, did you enjoy the holiday as much in the UK as you would if you went abroad?
Okay. I guess it depends what you want from a holiday.
Because the thing is all right, the weather outside today is pants.
Yeah, but it's also pants where we would live. It's also pants the whole across the south coast and most of Britain today.
Today is the 14th of July.
It is.
So smack bang in the middle of July.
Kind of think that it's going to be hot.
Beginning of the summer, really, the proper summer. But if you went abroad, there is still the risk of bad weather abroad.
Yeah, I mean, I guess unless you went to the places, certain places would be sunny all the time.
Okay.
Kind of Florida things, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean those holidays, like USA, that type of, you know, Canada, those places, Hawaii, and
they're not the once a year ones. They're special ones, is that right?
Well, in my eyes, they're special.
Yeah.
But you know, other people have got different means.
Yeah, but you could pop to Spain right now, and it could either be really sunny and hot, or it could have torrential wet like this.
See, I spent 7 months in Spain, and my God, when it rained there, it was
biblical.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, to the point where the place flooded so fast because the drainage and everything is not set up for that. And actually, it was so bad, it was quite scary. And even, like, you got a hell of a lot more thunderstorms than you did here.
Yeah, you get a lot more electric storms.
Spain.
We've had a bit here, but not much.
Yeah. So, like, our week, which has been planned for sort of not that long. Well, we wanted to take a holiday this year, but we didn't book anything until the really last minute.
Yeah.
Because...
didn't know if we had the money.
Well, it wasn't not even just the money, but we needed to make sure that the kids had done their college course.
They're in college. We had to work out what the dates were available and where they would fit in with.
And we tried to make sure, or what we hoped, which is what we achieved, was that we snuck in at the very end of the college year.
Before the schools
finish. Yeah. Because as soon as the schools finish, they whopped the price up, which is well beyond
it's high now, but...
Exactly, but that would have been well beyond
if you're watching this abroad, the school holidays here are normally about 6 weeks long, and they kind of start about...
towards the end of July.
Towards the end of July.
And they go into early September.
Yeah.
Basically.
So we're middle of July right now. I think they kind of start from next week onwards, really.
Yeah, but we've been here for a week now. So we sort of snuck in on the end of the college thing, but before the school thing. So, like, we couldn't guarantee the weather. You can't guarantee the weather in the UK. We came hoping for the best.
Yeah, next week's supposed to be very nice, but that's just life.
That's the way it goes, isn't it? I mean, like, I could have saved 60 quid on a bikini, quite frankly.
Yeah, true.
Because we didn't get a beach day at all.
No, there have been no beach days this week.
No.
There's been chances where you drop in and out of the rain and you can go around the town and go to the cinema.
Yeah.
And we've been to Monkey World.
Yeah, we went to Monkey World
yesterday.
Yesterday was quite nice. The weather was quite pleasant yesterday.
Yeah, so there have been opportunities to do little trips if you wanted to.
But it really wasn't beach weather.
It was never going to be beach weather.
No.
Strong winds is why we haven't filmed outside. Wind and audio doesn't do well.
But we have had, the weather's been dry enough to be able to walk around the site.
Yeah. And the site where we're actually at Waterside, or what is now called Bowley's Cove Group, I believe.
I think it's Bowley's Cove. Sorry.
It used to be called Waterside when I knew it, when we were growing up, and they've kind of just changed their name recently to the Bowley's Cove Group, I believe.
No, Waterside sells. So it is Waterside. It was Bowley's Cove, and now it's gone to Waterside, I think.
It's one or the other way round, whichever. Okay. But
the site is amazing.
Yeah, it's got all the kind of things you want from a caravan perspective.
Yeah, especially if you get weather like this.
And more. So it's kind of better than the Haven holidays, better than those. The whole point was it's a bit fancier than the kind of cheap newspaper deals you can get.
Yeah. And we've done those. You know, I'm not knocking those.
Oh, we've done them.
Oh, we've done those because it's been our only option at times whether we were going to get.
There are very personal reasons to wanting this place because we kind of grew up here during the summers every year. And there's a lot of memories for this site and the old site that was part of this place. And obviously my dad's ashes are down scattered here in Weymouth as well, so we need to be here. And I think you pay more here because you're only 100 yards from the sea.
Which is,
location-wise,
that has been fantastic.
Yeah, I'm out to walk every day and chill out.
John doesn't sleep well, and he gets up very early in the mornings, and so being here has enabled him to go out first thing in the morning as the sun rises and walk along the beach.
Yeah, my mental health struggles, and it has struggled for some time, and if you watch the Golf Channel you'll know that. You've seen it happening for about 6 months or more now, probably since about Christmas. And sometimes you need to just get away from everything. It's not always about a holiday. For me, it's not always about all action.
No.
Although I do wish we could have done more. That's me. Again, weather stopped a lot.
But again, I mean, I think we're at that point in our lives now. I mean, the last time we came on holiday, as I said, pre-COVID, we were in a very different situation, in as much as the children were much, much younger.
Yeah.
And so they didn't have an option. We decided what we wanted to do, and they had to come along with us. It was as simple as that. And actually, we've never shied away from the fact or hidden the fact that our children are on the spectrum. And they found
they didn't enjoy it as much.
A couple of our holidays, our last holidays that we had, very difficult.
Yeah.
And didn't particularly enjoy it because we were trying to do the thing and make sure that every day we did something, and that was a real pressure for me, being ill as well. So actually my holiday,
we packed in as much as we didn't have a full week. We had 4 days at a time
because we did the holiday
newspaper holidays.
Exactly. So we did Monday to Friday.
But having a week has given you days where you didn't have to do anything at all,
which was
actually quite nice.
And now they are, they're almost 18 now, and they've been able to choose whether they want to come with us or not.
And we can. They're old enough for us to go. Fine, you can look after yourselves.
Yeah, here's some money. Go over and get yourself some chips over the chip shop for lunch.
If we want to go somewhere, we can.
Yeah.
So that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tell you about everything on this channel. It's what we do. It's our family channel.
So it's been a different holiday. It's been different because I've tried to sort of. John is very much of the mindset that everybody has to be happy and we have to make everybody happy, and at the risk of being miserable ourselves.
That's my idea of what people are happy.
Absolutely. But what he doesn't get his head round is that actually other people don't have the same value system that he does.
No, that's right.
So what makes them happy is not necessarily what makes him happy.
Them staying in the caravan all the day is what they want to do, and then right next to what
they've chosen to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's fine.
So we've had some really lovely evenings out.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we try and make evenings together, family things together with evenings.
And we've been out and we've eaten at some lovely places.
Yeah.
Not fancy smarty, but it's what works for our
normally
family.
Big name places, the normal named, branded places, because again, our children don't eat fancy, strange food. They've got like basic, but good quality, but basic things.
Yeah. And I think
we've been to family restaurants.
Yeah, we have. It's been to family restaurants basically, and we've really enjoyed that. So I guess my question or my thoughts, my thinks for drinks is: can you probably can get a holiday abroad now for cheaper than you could in the UK, although the outlay initially, I think is quite immense. Like a passport nowadays is nearly £100.
That's the thing, is that it's a slightly rambling thing to drink because we're really doing this off the cuff because we just made cocktails and it's still raining.
Well, we haven't done one of these for ages.
No, we haven't. In the old days, pre-COVID, going abroad was still cheaper than UK, and obviously we live in Cornwall and it's a very expensive place to stay if you're going to do a staycation.
Well,
and then COVID happened, the prices went up because they knew no one could go anywhere else, and I think that's still kind of there a bit.
Yeah.
And it's not been cheap here, but like you said, it's not as cheap to go abroad as you think it is. It certainly as it used to be. The passports still cost you a lot of money, especially if you haven't got passports right now. There's 4 of us.
But then when you get your passports...
We bought passport photos this week to get passports.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be £100 plus for every passport.
Or we tried to get passport photos. That's another story.
Kelly's invisible to a passport machine. And there's complications with our children being Irish, so
they were born in Ireland. They've been raised
so it's not easy to get passports straight away. You've got to do all that, and then you can only carry a limited amount of luggage. That'll be fun for Kelly to try and work that one out.
Okay. I don't travel lightly.
And there is an awful lot of things right now with strikes going on, which they know what they're doing with transportation to go in places where you get to planes. You've got to get to the airport for a start around here from where we live. That's tricky.
I mean, my thought would be if I got to an airport, whether it was a local airport, because we've got Newquay and we've got Exeter, which are the 2 closest to us,
and then Bristol probably,
and then Bristol one. But I mean Bristol's a good 3 hours away.
3 hours or more away.
But if we got to, for argument's sake, Bristol airport, and then there was a delay or a strike, like this sounds selfish and I don't mean it to, but my comfort level at that point is very difficult.
Yeah.
So, like, if I'm sat in an airport waiting area for 3, 6, 9, 12, whatever the hell hours,
and then having to sit on a cramped plane,
and then I'm to sit on a plane,
that
would be a very, very difficult start to my holiday.
It would with disabilities, because you could quite frankly be wiped out for at least a few days of the whatever time we go abroad then.
Yeah.
It's not easy to go places nowadays, to travel distances. You know, getting there and then finding the hotels and all those kind of things is great if you're kind of by a couple of people together and you're fit. But obviously I can imagine with kids, with people with families and stuff,
small
and little
children,
kids,
that would be a nightmare.
That would be a nightmare for people. So why do it? Are you doing it just because it's sunny? You just
or you think the weather's going to be better. But then, if you're in the UK and the weather's pants like it is today, there's stuff that you can do. Like, we could go to the pool on the site, which I have to say is an absolutely amazing pool for both big people and little people. Yeah. There's lots of slides. You know, it's the children's area. From what I've read, obviously we don't have little children anymore, but the children's area is heated higher than the main pool.
Yeah, they have thought of everything.
Yeah, it's got slides. It's got fun things. They've also got an outdoor pool which is also heated. But I don't think it's open when the rain's bad. But here, you know, you can go over the roads. They've got loads of like amusement arcade type things, but for smaller kids, you know, like little roundabout rides
and stuff.
Yeah, there's a load of soft play and all that sort of thing here. So at least if you're here, we've got central heating in the caravan.
Yeah, true.
We've got ample hot water.
Yeah. If you need to watch TV, you know the programs and the right language.
There's actually a DVD in this place, as well as a fire, and there's actually Wi-Fi here, which you don't get in a lot of places.
Yeah, a bit iffy, but it's better than
sporadic.
Yeah.
But it's here, and it's better than nothing.
No different to me being a Premier Inn and struggling with hotel Wi-Fi.
So I guess, is it better in the UK because even if the weather is bad, there's something you can usually do, or do you risk?
That's the thing.
Do you risk it?
Yeah, because I've said to you, I'd like to go. I used to travel abroad a lot when I was flying kites, and I've travelled over the world. And I'd like to take you abroad to lots of places, and you've done a few when you were younger.
Yeah, a lot
and healthier. And now the kids are getting older. Maybe we can, but it's going to be really tricky to pull 4 of us together all the time, to that families all the time, financially and just logistics wise. It's tricky.
But I guess that we're at that point in our lives now where the children can actually decide whether
Yeah,
they want to come or whether they don't.
This conversation is not just about holidays, it's about life. It's about when you get to that point when your children are old enough to decide to stay home or do what they want to do, or even go to college or university or whatever.
Well, we're looking at university, you know, we're at that point now where our kids...
What do you do when there's two of us together, when it's just me and you?
But that's the thing, and I know, like, you say that sort of blasé, but for me, and a lot of other women out there, or actually not just women, men as well, but, you know, you hear about what they call empty nest syndrome.
Right.
You know, and that is going to be a real thing for me because
you're just not used to it.
I've spent my whole life from like 18 years. I was 18 when I had my first
being
child.
A parent. Literally caring
being
for
a
as a mother.
parent.
Yeah,
being a parent. You know, there was a few years where I didn't have children actively with me. You know, like little kids around me. There's 10 years between my eldest and my youngest. But that's my whole life that I've been a parent. And what do you do?
That's a whole other thing for drinks, isn't it?
Our
what
daughter
do you do
is thinking about maybe she might stay away at university. She shouldn't need to. I mean, we're within travelling distance of a uni.
But the third thought is there.
Yeah, I mean, she's, you know, she's big and she's grown up and she might like the excitement of that. But, like, yeah, we're at like a pivotal point in our lives, which is really,
so
really
we're going to
strange.
cut this off because it's going to be a long video, because I know how long this is going to be. And that's a whole nother video, but we will do another video about that, about life changes. But
I actually said something on a vlog before, and I think it might have even been just like a 1 minute short, but I know some people then contacted me and said about like the empty nest situation and how that made them feel at the time. And
we'll do a whole
video
about empty nest syndrome when we get back to the nest, actually.
Yeah, actually.
But the question today, Kelly told me there was a question to the whole of this video.
There is a question.
And the question today is do you prefer to stay in the UK?
Is it a staycation?
Is it worth the price, or do you risk all that hassle and stuff for a slightly cheaper holiday abroad? Because
once you've bought your passport, you got it for 10 years. I don't think you can't do a year passport anymore, can you?
No. It's the initial outlays you need. Once you've got all those done, maybe it's a bit easier.
So if you think about it, if you have a 10-year passport, it's like 10 quid for the next 10 years, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's still the hassle of finding airports, getting travel to the airports, or hanging around at the airports,
and
delays
parking,
and problems.
My God, from what I've seen, car parking at airports is ridiculous.
And obviously then there's, this sounds very English, very British, the language problem.
Yeah.
Most British people just shout at people a lot louder, and eventually they'll get told.
Actually,
some of us can actually speak a few little bits of spatterings of different languages.
We went to Monkey World yesterday, and there was a Chinese couple with 3 children, and they were in front of me in the queue, and they barely spoke. Like, you couldn't say they spoke English because they didn't.
Right, like we couldn't speak enough of different languages yet.
So he was trying to point to different things and it was literally sausage rolls, pasties. There was a part of their group was obviously a vegetarian. So he was trying to work out whether this was suitable or not, and it was a chickpea and cauliflower pasty. Right. And then I think the kids understood more English than he did.
Most do.
But it was very much that one or that two.
I've done that in Japan.
You know.
Okay.
So I can, you can see it happening here where people come in here. What must they think of our weather is all I can think today.
It does rain in China, you know.
Yeah, but.
And a lot.
Does it?
In fair parts. Yeah, of course it does. Weather's all over the world, isn't it? It's a worldwide thing, weather.
Well, I've never been to China, so I wouldn't know.
We're not living in a bit by the equator where it's just all sunny all day long.
Well, it's certainly in.
No, but it's fine. We're having a rambling one because we're having a few drinks and we don't care.
And we've got nothing else to do.
If you're still here,
talk to you.
If you're still here, good luck.
Give yourself a good pat on the back, is what I say.
I'm going to turn this camera off. But we'll be back home rambling about stuff. But I think we will do an empty nest syndrome.
Yeah, tomorrow we're going back, and it's actually been Lafrowder week in
It's supposed to be, yeah. Supposed to be the big time in St. Just, the big party weekend. And the weather's going to be like
the
this.
weather is going to be awful.
But they say
one of the problems we get in St Just is the wind, as you all know, if you've been with us for a while.
50 mile an hour tomorrow on board. Yeah.
Absolutely. And there's supposed to be parades, and there's supposed to be stages for music and all that sort of stuff. And
yeah. If it happens, we'll see.
It's been the first time since COVID.
Pre-COVID again, yeah.
So I'm sad for that, actually.
I am sad for that because we would like to. Well, whether we've got back or not.
Who's tried to organise
that's the thing. When you're organising something, we're organising a golf day. We know the situation. If it goes pants, it's always a struggle. But the Friday is the big event in our little town.
Absolutely. Anyway, if you've managed to stay with us this far, well done you. You deserve a good pat on the back.
We will be doing more of these rambling things. Why not?
Absolutely.
And if you like them, fine. If you're still here, just make comments. Discuss about holidays. Discuss about empty nest syndrome. Discuss about the cocktails.
Tell me what you do for holidays. I'm interested to know what people do for holidays.
You're a community. We'd like to know where you go. I'm going to turn that camera off.
Right.
Say goodbye, everybody.
See you later. Oh, by the way, if you subscribe, thanks for doing so. If you haven't, hit the bell or on the button. You have to do the button, then the bell. I think.
Yeah, they're not always just rambling in the videos, honestly. Yeah.
And we'll see you back in Cornwall. Bye for now.